Welcome back to the Digital Ledger channel, everybody. Just going to touch base on some quick news that's been coming in. First of all, I did an in-depth dive on R3 partnership with NASDAQ and Axani and Symbiont and even the DTCC working with distributed ledger technology, settling over 4 quadrillion daily in financial products. Definitely check out that video. I'm just going to move past because there's a lot of stuff to go over. Shout out to Ian Northing for that info. This is interesting too, is just keeping a tally of what's going on in the precious metals area and with governments. In 2018, Russia bought 274.3 tons of gold. In 2019, 158.1. And so far in 2020, 28 tons. Most notably, the value of Russian central bank's gold reserves grew by $6.244 billion last month. During a global economic crisis, countries are still in net buyers of gold. It's always important to keep an eye on what's going on in the other markets. To back that up, Frank Justra has made the comment in an article I covered last week. And it was the unthinkable, this is his comment he made, the unthinkable is becoming even more likely. The end of the U.S. dollar dominance and the beginning of some new form of global monetary system will soon be upon us. That is a pretty remarkable statement. And I've covered that article as well, but please check out anything you find by Frank Justra there. This is another great little piece I wanted to cover really quickly because it came out not long ago, but this is an article that resurfaced from 2018. And let me just check the date on this because I'm pretty positive it was from 2 years ago. Let's see. I just want to be sure because this is an older article. If I'm right, yes, May 14th, 2018. So almost 2 years to the day it came out. And the interesting part about this is when Stephen Thomas is talking about COIL and the micropayments, about how it can change the face of the internet. And he's absolutely right. And they've been doing that. And we've seen of lately the option for plug-in to use COIL in things like WordPress and even the integration with Shopify, big platform, which is pretty remarkable stuff there. But I want to find the part in here where he talks about the transactions. And if I could find it really quickly, if not, I'll just tell you what it is. But if I can find it, it's even better, right? Let's see here. Okay, that's not there. At any rate, somewhere throughout this article, here we go, here it is. XRP and the Interledger, we can process trillions of transactions per second without any central authority. And this was 2 years ago from Stephen Thomas. Let's just read this article, this paragraph here. One of the reasons ad-supported models is still so dominant is because payment technology wasn't ready yet. Each payment currently requires multiple steps just to authorize it, let alone signing up with different merchants. We've worked with Microsoft, Google, Mozilla, and others to create the W3C Web Payments Request API. Remember, Interledger Protocol was dedicated or gifted to the W3C back in 2015. That has been rolling out to billions of iOS and Android devices. But we can go so much further. With the technologies we've helped build at Ripple, XRP and Interledger, we can process trillions of transactions per second without any central authority. Whoa! And I just wanted to highlight that point. Let's get back to the other news because that's massive. And it made me wanted to touch that again because of the recent news, obviously, with the plugin added to WordPress and then also the addition of COIL with Shopify. So let's keep this going here. Ripple and Chris Larson make waves with COVID-19 donations in Bay Area, courtesy of Forbes on that one. And what happened? Where is Judy Shelton? Does anybody remember Judy Shelton was nominated? Then they had an article come out, said she was going to be confirmed, and then they pushed that back. And this is maybe all because of the pandemic or what have you. But nevertheless, let's keep an eye on this. Where's Judy Shelton? Where's Judy Shelton, right? So we'll keep an eye on that, because that is something to not really let slip. Goldman Sachs invites investors to talk about Bitcoin, gold, and inflation as the Fed's balance sheet tops $7 trillion. Wow. Well, you talk about an entity doesn't embarrass very easily. The Federal Reserve. Louisiana State Senate to consider crypto business licensing. This is remarkable. This comes from NASDAQ article. And by the way, check out that deep article I covered on NASDAQ and R3 partnership. It will blow your mind with what they're doing. Axani, Symbiont, DTCC. It's remarkable. Local Chinese government seek to ban crypto mining activities. Uh-oh. I thought Bitcoin was decentralized and the technology was too good to be stopped. It's these kinds of things with proof of work that make it a proof of problem, right? So, look, I'm long on Bitcoin, even though it doesn't sound like it. But there are issues here. There are vulnerabilities, and it appears that governments around the world are going to be addressing this carbon footprint issue. It has been made a narrative, a clear narrative of late. Let's keep an eye on that as well. And we know, with that being said, there are some large companies looking to set up shop and do mining right here in the United States. And I believe they'll get to do it, but I believe there's going to be some huge regulatory standards put in place when it comes to this carbon footprint issue. As well it should. The Zoom app, shout out to Spring and shout out to We'd Say When from XRP Labs. And by the way, I have contacted We'd Say When about the fact that my XRP tip bot won't allow me to send anything, and I think this is during the transitional time of hooking up the Uphold account. I have mine connected, but I believe that there is a period right now that they're going through where it's just halted so they can, if I understood it correctly from his post, where they're making sure that, as it is connected, some people want to remain anonymous through the tip bot, even though you're connecting it to an Uphold account. So please bear with me. If you normally get tips from me, you will get them again, but we have to wait because we need this to get worked out with Uphold and XRP tip bot. I will keep you posted. However, Zoom app by XRP Labs provide users the basic tools to be your own bank, which include, listen, the ability to create accounts, store, send, receive, and exchange value using the XRP ledger. Yeah, but wait, there's more. I mean, it's just unbelievable what is happening and what we say and the team are doing there. Shout out to him and everything that they all are doing there. It's remarkable. Shout out to BitTrue. Heads up, friends, our snapshots for ERT and high airdrops were already conducted. So if you were in that running to receive an airdrop, definitely pay attention to that. Okay, and also on the IP channel, just to touch this really quickly, a lot of talk about the private stock pre-IPO and IPO for Ripple. I wanted to just touch base on this because I do break down in this video on the IP channel, Investment Perspectives, if you haven't seen it. Go there, watch this information. There's a lot of clarity about all three. What is a private stock? What is a pre-IPO? And what an IPO means? And what we're actually waiting for is a document that looks just like this. This is an S1 document, which I thought we had, but we didn't. So I made a correction in that video. But nevertheless, this is the official document we will be looking for from Ripple when they go to IPO. And this will give us some kind of insight, hopefully, of even more details about Ripple's IPO and what may or may not happen with XRP. Because I think we know over time, just as Bob Way said on this show, the idea was that over time in the war room, when they were working on these plans of attacks and strategies for Ripple and XRP, was that they would have less and less to do with XRP as time went on. And that would officially, at some point, not that he said this part, but that makes sense to me. That means that Ripple would eventually go to an IPO, and XRP as a decentralized asset will go on to have its own ecosystem and coexist out here in the world. Another piece of good news to watch out for here. MasterCard joins Blockchain Digital Identity Alliance, ID 2020. This is really important, guys, because digital identity, all of this fancy technology, all of this, terrific innovation, it doesn't go anywhere without us having a digital identity and our ability to control every aspect of it from our phones. Right? That's the big key, along with, other things that we already are aware of too, like custody and PolySign, right? Which I don't believe we're far from seeing something there. Don't forget about PolySign. They said they're planning to launch this year in 2020. So this is crypto. You never know. Head on a swivel. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. Shout out to Digital Asset Daily for that piece of news there. And we will keep an eye on all of this for you. But remember, when it comes to the IPO, as a note, this is the S1 form for filing for an IPO. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And we will hopefully have more information soon. Because if we are truly in an pre-IPO stage, which I do believe that we are, that process can only be but so long. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like and subscribe. If you like the content, please share, and we will catch you on the next Digital Ledger channel video. Take care, guys.